Happy Quiltiversary! Today is January 17th. 14 years ago today, I was dragged to Saturday Sampler by a friend. I sat through that infomercial not knowing what was going to happen. I then picked up a little bundle of fabric and instructions for my very first quilt block I will ever have made. We then went back to that friend's house and she showed me and another one of her friends her method for piecing. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I managed to build my very first quilt block. I've continued on since. I've stayed on the Saturday Sampler program at my local quilt shop continuously since. In fact, there was a point I think I was doing 3 programs at once. That was a little intense, but it was still fun. There were times in the beginning where I was very unhappy with my piecing skills, but that motivated me to learn different methods to make my stuff better. In fact, there was a bear paw program that they were doing early on that I signed up for. It was, the traditional half square triangles in the end, but the hand part of the bear paw. Okay, the paw part of the bear paw. It was different miniature, like 4-inch quilt blocks, like different stars. There was a churn dash in one. I think one of them was just nothing but 3/4 inch half square triangles. Some would say that those were a mistake because none of my blocks came out the right size. In fact, I think there was one of them that had all those little half square triangles that I lost almost 2 inches in width. That was, horrible. But it was a learning experience. I learned how to get my 1/4 inch to be better, and I learned how to cut more accurately. By the end of that program, even though I could not have a chance of putting those into a quilt, I learned something because my blocks were getting a lot closer to the proper finished size. So it was not a mistake. It was a intense learning experience. Uh, there have been a lot of gorgeous programs out there, some of which I bought finishing kits for, and I'll eventually get around to finishing. Others, I just chalked up to practice because the way that their program works, it is a wonderful chance just to practice new quilt blocks or new techniques. I learned my 4 at a time, no waste flying geese method through one of their programs. I learned the pointy star thingy. I forget what it's called, but that method I've learned through their program. So there's been a lot of stuff that I have learned just by doing the various quilt blocks in the programs. They keep it simple, so it is accessible to everybody. And I just wasn't listening when they said that the bear paw was more for advanced sewers. Uh, but I've enjoyed these last 14 years. I've learned a lot. I've made many, many mistakes to the point where I've learned not to do my block the night before. So this block right here goes back to that very first block. My quilting adventure began with the first step taken 14 years ago today. I wanted to share this exciting milestone with y'all. And how long have y'all been quilting? How do you treat your lessons learned? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear the inspiration from everybody. Until next time, keep stitching.